Hello students, myself Suresh VS. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to start a new lesson from your textbook Snapshots, your supplementary reader. It's your fourth chapter. The title of the lesson is Albert Einstein at School, written by Patrick Pringle. Okay? I know there is no need of an introduction about Albert Einstein. All of you know very well about him. Albert Einstein, you see that he was born in 1879 and died in 1955. Yes, he was considered as the greatest physicist, okay, since Newton. In the following extract, this extract, Albert Einstein at School, has been taken from, a biography of Einstein. What is the name of the biography? The Young Einstein. Who has written it? Yes, Patrick Pringle. So in this lesson, it is talking about an incident which led, Albert Einstein to, move out of his school where he was studying. Or an incident that caused for, or reason for the expulsion of, Albert Einstein from a German school. What led to this incident? He had to leave the German school. So we are going to study about this. Okay. So when the lesson starts, you can see the conversation between Albert Einstein's history teacher and himself. So here Albert Einstein is talking with the history teacher. History teacher is asking certain questions to him. Let us see it. In what year, Einstein asked the history teacher, did the Prussians defeat the French at Waterloo? So that was his question. He wanted to know the date. He wanted to know the year in which, the Prussians defeated the French in the Battle of Waterloo. Prussians, you see that Prussia is in Europe and now it's a part of Germany. So what was his answer? Immediately he said, I don't know, sir. Very easy to say, I don't know, sir. Some students are there, they won't try also, just to stand up and say, I don't know, sir. Why don't you know? Why? Why don't you know? You have been told it often enough. How many times I told it in the class? Mostly the teachers tell. Okay? The teachers speak such a way. How many times I told it in the class? Why don't you know? I must have forgotten, sir. Simple. Did you ever try to learn? Asked Mr. Baron. Baron, that is the name of history teacher. So he got angry. Have you ever tried to learn it? No, sir. Albert Einstein replied with his usual unthinking honesty. Again, Albert Einstein replied, no, sir. With unthinking honesty. That means without thinking about the consequence of his honesty. He was really honest. He said it honestly. But he never thought about what would be its consequence. What would be its result for being such a honest. Why not? Again, he got angry. Why not? I can't see any point in learning dates. One can always look them up in book. Because I don't see any importance in learning dates. If you want to know about the dates, we can look at the book. What is the importance of learning dates? I don't understand, sir. Mr. Baron was speechless for a few moments. You see that? With anger, he could not speak. For a few minutes, he could not speak at all. He became speechless. You amaze me, Einstein. You really surprised me. You really surprised me, Einstein. He said at last. Don't you realize that one can always look most things up in books that applies to all the facts you learn at school? So this can be done to all the subjects. This is applicable. Applies means applicable. This is applicable to all the subjects that you learn in the school. Whenever you need to know anything, you can open the book and see it. You can read it. Yes, sir. See his answer. Yes, sir. Then I suppose you don't see any point in learning facts. Then I think that you don't give any importance to, this. What? You don't give any importance in learning facts or memorizing facts. Frankly, sir, I don't. Sir, frankly says. If I speak frankly, I can say I don't give any importance in learning facts. Then you don't believe in education at all? That means you don't believe in education. Oh yes sir, I do. Yes, sir, I believe. I don't think learning facts is education. Okay? Sir, but learning facts, or we can say that digesting facts, that is not education. That is my opinion, sir. In that case, said the history teacher with a heavy sarcasm. You know sarcasm? An attempt to mock him. He wanted to make fun of him. So with an attempt to, yes, making fun of him, he made an attempt to make fun of him. So in that attempt he said, in that case, you just explain what is education. Said the history teacher, perhaps you will be so kind as to tell the class the Einstein theory of education. So in that case, you just tell to the class, Einstein, you have found out a new theory, Einstein theory. You just explain to the class what is that Einstein theory of education. Albert flushed. You see that it was told in front of all the class. It's really an insult to him. So Albert Einstein's face became red in color with shame. I think it is not facts that matter, but ideas. Sir, but I think that facts which are not important. What is important? Ideas are important, sir. I don't see the point in learning the dates of battles. I don't see any importance in learning the dates of battles as well as or even which the army killed more men. So in the history, what do we learn? We learn about the different dates of occurrence or different incidents, and also and who fought against whom and who killed more people. All these things I don't see that is important. I would be more interested in learning why those soldiers were trying to kill each other. I am more interested to know the responsible, what caused for it, what was responsible for this battle. Why did the people fight each other? What led to the battle? That is enough. Mr. Barun's eyes were cold and cruel. Mr. Barun's eyes, you see that it became cold and cruel. That means he became really angry, extremely angry. Then he said, it's enough. We don't want a lecture from you, Einstein. We don't want to hear a lecture from you, Einstein. You will stay in for an extra period today. Although I don't imagine it will do you much good. I am giving you a punishment. Today you will stay here in the school for an extra period. But I don't think that also will do something good to you. It won't do the school any, yes, good. Either you are a disgrace. I don't know why you come to school. I don't think that will do any good to the school or either to you or to the school. Actually, you are a disgrace, shameful person. I don't know why do you come to school. It is not my wish, sir. Actually, I too don't want to come to school, sir. Albert pointed out. Then you are an ungrateful boy and ought to be ashamed of yourself. That means you are an ungrateful boy, thankless boy. You are not grateful to your parent also. You should be ashamed of yourself. I suggest you ask your father to take you away. Okay? I will tell your father. So I suggest you just ask your father to take you away from here. You go from here. You tell to your father and move away from here. Albert felt miserable. When he left school that afternoon, you see that? In the afternoon, he left the school. You see, he was really sad, disappointed. He looked really miserable. And not that it had been a bad day. Most days were bad now. Don't think that this day was bad for him. Most of the days are bad for him. Not only this day. Anyway, that it had been a bad, but because he had to go back to the hateful place the next morning. Why he was sad? Every day, most of the days are bad for him. Nothing good happens. He was sad because when he thought that, when he was thinking, next day also he has to go to the same place. He has to go to the same school next day also. That made him sad. He only wished his father would take him away. He always thought, oh, if my father comes and take me away from here, how nice it would be. He wanted to go to Italy along with his father. He does not want to study there. in the school. But there was no point on asking, but there was no reason or point of asking for that to his father. He knew what the answer would be. He would have to stay until he had taken his diploma. Suppose if he asked him to take him to Italy, what would be his answer? That he knows very well. He should say that you must remain there until you complete your education, studies and get a diploma from that school. You stay there. That would be the answer from his father. He knew it very well. Going back to his lodging did not cheer him up. You see that, okay? From the school, he was not happy with the school. But going to the lodging where he is staying, that place also did not give any happiness to him. His father had so little money to spare that Albert had been found a room in one of the poorest quarters of Munich. You see that his father, he was not at all a rich man. He was a poor man, so poor that he could, provide him a lodge in a poor locality in Munich. Okay, he got only as a lodging, he got a poor locality. His lodge was situated in a poor locality because his father was very poor. And he had been found a room for him in a poor locality. He did not mind the bad food and lack of comfort. He used to get bad food and there was no comfort. It was not at all a luxurious life, but he did not bother about this. It did not worry him, or even the dirt and squalor. And the place was really dirty and there was not at all any neatness and squalor. Squalor means filthiness. Even dirt or filthiness did not worry him. Yes, no proper food was not there, no facilities were there, but these things did not worry him. Then what worried him and what made him sad? He hated the atmosphere of slum violence. You can see that some areas usually there would be the violence. People will be fighting. So here also usually what he had faced such violence there, Einstein hated it. His landlady beat her children regularly. So regularly his landlady beats her children. And every Saturday her husband came drunk and beat her. You see that? Every Saturday her husband comes after drinking and started beating her. So this type of violence all around, even in the neighborhoods, Einstein hated it. But at least you have a room of urine, which is more than, I can say, Yuri. Now another character is introduced here, Yuri. He is the friend of Albert Einstein. When he said all these things to Yuri said that at least you have a place to stay. You can stay there. You have a room of urine to stay. Yes, that is more than sufficient. At least you live among civilized human beings, even if they all are poor students, as said Albert. Then immediately Albert said that at least you are living, though the students where you are living, okay, with whom you are living, they are poor students. But at least they are civilized students. At least they have a culture, Albert said. And what happens to the one who killed? They are not all civilized. Immediately Yuri replied, don't think that they are all civilized. What happened, you know? Did you not hear that one of them was killed last week in a duel? Last week you see that in a duel. Duel means in a fight. One killed another one. Did you hear that? And what happens to the one who killed him? Then Albert wanted to know about the person who killed him. What happened to him? He wanted to know whether he was arrested and imprisoned. Nothing, of course. Nothing happened. He is even proud of it. Now the man is really proud of it. For you see that he killed another person. He is really proud for that. His only worry is that the authorities have told him not to fight any more duels. What is his worries? The authorities told him you should not engage in any other fights anymore. That means he could not fight again. For that only he is really sad. He is upset about this because he has not single scar means mark, on his face to wear for the rest of his life as a badge of honor. Badge means a symbol. So he is upset now. Why is he upset, that fellow? Because he does not have a scar, a mark on his face to keep as a symbol of his bravery. I have done something. I am a brave person. As a symbol of that, he wanted what? A mark on his face. He did not have that mark. For that, he is really upset now. Yuri said. Oh, exclaimed Albert. And these are the students. Oh, these are the students who are pursuing diplomas, or yes, looking for the diplomas. Well, you will be a student one day, said Yuri. Yes, you also going to be a student. You are also going to get a diploma one day. I doubt it, said Albert gloomily. But Albert, yes sir, he has a doubt whether he could complete his studies. So he said, I doubt it. He said with a, yes, really sad. With a sad, yes, Albert said sadly. I don't think I will ever pass the exams for the school diploma. I don't think that I will be ever able to pass, yes, the school exam for my diploma. So Albert Einstein, he was really sad when he thought about it. He was not at all happy with his education in that German school. He wanted to run away from there. Dear students, I hope all of you understood this much part. We will be discussing the rest of the lesson in the coming videos. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.